How can you prevent cross-contamination when storing raw meat? A. Store it on the top shelf. B. Store it below ready-to-eat foods. C. Store it next to cooked foods. D. Store it in a sealed container. Answer: B. Storing raw meat below ready-to-eat foods prevents juices from contaminating other foods. Which of the following is a correct way to thaw frozen food? A. At room temperature. B. Under hot running water. C. In the refrigerator. D. On the counter. Answer: C. Thawing in the refrigerator is the safest method to prevent bacterial growth. What is the best way to avoid foodborne illness from hand contamination? A. Wearing gloves at all times. B. Washing hands thoroughly and frequently. C. Using hand sanitizer. D. Avoiding touching food. Answer: B. Proper and frequent hand washing is the most effective way to prevent foodborne illness. What is required if an employee has symptoms of hepatitis A? A. Report to the person in charge and stop working immediately. B. Continue working and monitor symptoms. C. Work but avoid handling food. D. Use gloves and continue working. Answer: A. Symptoms of hepatitis A require immediate reporting and cessation of work to prevent spreading the virus. What should be done if a food thermometer is dropped? A. Wipe it with a cloth. B. Recalibrate it. C. Continue using it. D. Discard it. Answer: B. Dropping a thermometer can affect its accuracy, so it should be recalibrated. Which method is best for cooling large batches of food? A. Leaving them at room temperature. B. Using an ice bath. C. Placing them in a deep container in the refrigerator. D. Covering them tightly and refrigerating. Answer: B. An ice bath cools large batches of food quickly, reducing the risk of bacterial growth. When should you discard food that has been left out in the danger zone? A. After 1 hour. B. After 2 hours. C. After 3 hours. D. After 4 hours. Answer: D. Food left in the danger zone for more than 4 hours should be discarded to prevent illness. What is the safest way to transport hot food to a different location? A. In a cardboard box. B. In an insulated container. C. In an open container. D. In a plastic bag. Answer: B. Insulated containers maintain the temperature of hot food during transport. What is the minimum temperature for hot holding soup? A. 125 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 130 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Answer: C. Hot holding soup at 135 degrees Fahrenheit ensures it stays out of the danger zone. What is the proper way to check the temperature of a thin food like a hamburger patty? A. Use a thermometer with a thin probe. B. Use a regular thermometer. C. Estimate by cooking time. D. Check the surface temperature. Answer: A. A thermometer with a thin probe provides an accurate reading for thin foods. What is the correct internal cooking temperature for pork? A. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 160 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Answer: A. Pork should be cooked to an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit for safety. How can you prevent physical contamination in food? A. Use metal utensils. B. Wear hairnets and gloves. C. Keep food covered. D. Store food at the correct temperature. Answer: B. Hairnets and gloves prevent physical contaminants like hair and dirt from getting into food. What should you do if you spill a chemical near food? A. Ignore it. B. Wipe it with a cloth. C. Clean the spill immediately and remove contaminated food. D. Cover the spill with a mat. Answer: C. Cleaning chemical spills promptly and removing contaminated food ensures safety. What is the recommended way to store utensils to prevent contamination? A. In a drawer. B. On a counter. C. In a clean, dry container. D. In a sink. Answer: C. Storing utensils in a clean, dry container keeps them free from contamination. When is it necessary to use a thermometer with a smaller diameter probe? A. When measuring the temperature of a large roast. B. When measuring the temperature of thin foods like fish fillets. C. When measuring the temperature of liquids. D. When measuring the temperature of thick soups. Answer: B. A smaller diameter probe provides an accurate reading for thin foods. How can you prevent bacterial growth on cutting boards? A. Wipe them with a cloth. B. Clean and sanitize them after each use. C. Use different boards for different tasks. D. Both B and C. Answer: D. Cleaning and sanitizing after each use and using different boards for different tasks prevent bacterial growth. What is the correct internal temperature for cooking chicken? A. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Answer: C. Chicken should be cooked to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit for safety. What should you do if you see signs of rodents in your food establishment? A. Set traps yourself. B. Report it to your manager. C. Ignore it. D. Use household pesticides. Answer: B. Reporting to your manager ensures the issue is handled by a professional pest control service. Why is it important to wash hands before putting on gloves? A. To keep gloves clean. B. To make gloves easier to put on. C. To remove germs from hands. D. To avoid tearing gloves. Answer: C. Washing hands before putting on gloves removes germs, preventing contamination. What is the best way to ensure food is cooked to the proper temperature? A. Use a timer. B. Use a food thermometer. C. Check the color of the food. D. Guess based on experience. Answer: B. A food thermometer is the most accurate way to ensure food is cooked to the proper temperature. What should you do if you have a fever and sore throat? A. Continue working but avoid handling food. B. Wear a mask and gloves. C. Take medicine and continue working. D. Report to the person in charge and go home. Answer: D. Reporting and going home prevent the spread of illness in the food establishment. What is the proper way to store raw poultry in a refrigerator? A. Above ready-to-eat foods. B. Below ready-to-eat foods. C. Next to cooked foods. D. In any available space. Answer: B. Storing raw poultry below ready-to-eat foods prevents cross-contamination. How should you handle food that has been contaminated by chemicals? A. Try to clean it. B. Reheat it. C. Discard it. D. Store it separately. Answer: C. Contaminated food should be discarded to ensure safety. What should be done if a food worker has symptoms of norovirus? A. Continue working with gloves. B. Report to the person in charge and stop working immediately. C. Take medicine and continue working. D. Avoid handling food but continue other tasks. Answer: B. Symptoms of norovirus require immediate reporting and cessation of work to prevent spreading the virus. What is the minimum temperature for cold holding potentially hazardous foods? A. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 35 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 45 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Answer: A. Cold holding at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below prevents bacterial growth in potentially hazardous foods. What is the correct way to cool a large batch of chili? A. Leave it on the counter. B. Place it in a shallow pan and refrigerate. C. Cover it tightly and refrigerate. D. Place it in a deep container and refrigerate. Answer: B. Cooling in a shallow pan helps the chili cool quickly and safely. When must food handlers wash their hands? A. Before starting work. B. After using the toilet. C. After handling raw food. D. All of the above. Answer, D. Hand washing is required before starting work, after using the toilet, and after handling raw food. What is the proper way to use a food thermometer? A. Place it on the surface of the food. B. Insert it into the thickest part of the food. C. Hold it above the food. D. Place it near the food. Answer, B. Inserting the thermometer into the thickest part ensures an accurate temperature reading. How can you prevent foodborne illness from raw seafood? A. Freeze it before use. B. Cook it to the proper temperature. C. Store it at room temperature. D. Use it immediately. Answer, B. Cooking raw seafood to the proper temperature kills harmful bacteria and parasites. What is the best way to prevent contamination when serving food? A. Use bare hands. B. Use utensils or gloves. C. Use the same utensil for all tasks. D. Avoid touching food. Answer, B. Using utensils or gloves prevents direct contact with food, reducing the risk of contamination.